Hi everyone, happy holidays. I'm not sure what holiday, if any, you're celebrating at this time, but whether or not, happy holiday season. So welcome back. Also, Happy New Year. It's currently December 27th when I'm doing this video. So we are gearing up for the new year for 2025. So just go ahead and take all of those felicitations with you. All right, so this video, we're going to be taking a look at the energies that are going to be in play for Capricorn season, which actually started on December 22nd and will be ending on January 19th. Okay, so Capricorn season. And the reason why I'm starting with Capricorn here in December, it's not even 2025 yet, is because Capricorn season is going to be the first season of the year 2025. And so what I'd like to do next year, starting now, is do a seasonal read. So each sign will get kind of like a birthday reading, but it's not necessarily just a birthday reading. It's looking at what energies will be in play for that time period. Okay, so once again, we're going to be taking a look at the energies and the dynamics that will be in our collective, you guys who are watching, for the dates of December 22nd, 2024 to January 19th, 2025. I also want to let you know that in Capricorn season, those dates that I just told you, we're going to be having two moons, of course. Excuse me, not two moons. We're going to have many moons. We're going to be having one new moon in a few days on December 30th, right? One new moon, and that's going to be the new moon in Capricorn. Yay! There it is. And then we're going to have a full moon in Cancer on January 13th, 2025. All right, so we got that here as well on the board for us. During this reading, I'm going to be taking a look at the higher energies at play. And I'm going to be using the Lemuria deck. Whenever I have to go that high in the dimensions or whatever word you want to use, where there aren't really words and stuff, it's really codes that I'm picking up on. I like to use this deck. And I like to use the Alana Fairchild Lightworker Oracle deck when I want to go higher than where we are here, but not necessarily that high. So we're going to use that as a midway. Then we're going to take a look at some energetic concepts that will be in play during Capricorn season as well. And then we're going to get some messages. And of course, throughout all of this, I'm primarily a channel. So I do channel and I'll be bringing through channeled messages. All right, if you'd like to work personally with me for a personal reading, intuitive counseling session, or anything of the sort, check out my Etsy link and I'll be there. And yes, we have until the 31st to take advantage of a 20% off deal. Yay, off of everything in a store. All right, let's jump right in. So first of all, I do want to let you guys know that I haven't shuffled some of these decks yet, but I do want you to know that the heart chakra is being highlighted at this season. And that makes sense because if you follow this channel, then you, first of all, thank you, then you already know that we are gearing up for a lot of initiations right now. Many people are having initiations. As I'm saying this and I'm connecting this to the heart chakra, I'm also feeling the solar plexus chakra kind of give out a bit. And I'm also feeling pressure in the heart space. So for those of you who are experiencing any issues in your chest space or in your stomach region, all of that, just please know that, hey, it could also have something to do with these movements. Now, I do want to let you know that the solar plexus chakra, I felt it give out. It's like kind of like an unplugging. That's interesting because you can't see it right here, but hear this. These are all decks I have built up right here, and they're not being used for the reading, or so I thought, but this deck is just kind of standing here. And look at this. They're like, yep, this is it. This is showing us what I was just feeling. So the solar plexus chakra area, which you know is vibing yellow or gold or whatever you'd like to call it, this is unplugging from a lot of stuff right now. Now, what exactly is being unplugged? It's your attention to and adherence to and buying into and believing into and pretty much plugging into an old system of thought. So this is what's happening for a lot of people right now. They're disconnecting from old paradigms and using the heart chakra, which I told you we're talking about here. Oh, shoot, take a look at the next card. Literally detach. This is what I'm talking about. Detaching from old paradigms and using the heart chakra, being pulled into magnetizing, attracting, gravitating towards naturally the more appropriate paradigm for you. Now, when I talk about paradigm, I'm talking about new reality. You can talk about it as the general timeline shift that you're moving towards. Now, as you may already know, if you follow this channel, every now moment, now, right? It's just it's you are timeline jumping. You're jumping. In other words, you're aligning. You're shifting, phasing in, out, right? Of different paradigms, different realities, different timelines, whatever word you'd like to discursively use. But the thing is that what informs where you're shifting to, where you're jumping to, what you're aligning to, right, is all about what your belief system is. It's your belief about yourself, what you're capable of, what your value is, all of that. And as you know by now, a lot of that is unconscious. And that's why it's important to do your shadow work, because doing shadow work basically means you making a decision within yourself to look at the parts of yourself that you don't usually want to look at because you've made it mean something about your identity. Oh, if I look at the part of me that is actually believing that I'm a loser, or I'm a liar, or I'm not beautiful, or I'm not whatever, or I'm whatever it is we carry so many things. The more you deny that, the more you're creating a shadow, because your attention is the light. And so if you're putting your attention elsewhere and you're blocking yourself off from that other part of you that's really you, because you are all that is. Remember, you are God in very, very, very crystallized form. So crystallized that you think you have a name and a personality and all of this, but it doesn't erase the fact that you are all that is, which means that everything that is, can be, all of that is contained within you. And so this is why it's important to know that your healing does not mean you cutting out things you don't like about yourself. It means you deciding to acknowledge that those things that you don't like about yourself are also part of you, and that it's not the thing that is inherently negative, it is your perception of that thing. So the only thing that you'll ever actually heal is not anything outside of you or anything that is already is, because anything that already is just is. It is your perception of what those things are, okay? And that includes things that you believe about yourself, things that you believe about other people, things that you believe about the world. And so that's why healing is always only a change in perception, okay? So let's go back to what I'm saying at this point for Capricorn season is a massive shift. And I want to thank Capricornian energies. Remember, these are energies that are coming onto the earth, right? And you just happen to be born, that's you, as a cute little baby, born at a time where Capricorn energies were in the sign of in your sun sign, right? The sun was in the sign of Capricorn when you were born, if you have a sun sign in Capricorn. But wherever else the sun, wherever else the energies of Capricorn is filtering into your chart. Maybe when you were born, your Mars was in the sign of Capricorn. Maybe the planet Venus was in the sign of Capricorn. Whatever it is, you're going to be still feeling these energies of Capricornian energies coming into your life. So the question is, where in your life is this energy invigorating you? Where is it flavoring you? Where is it knocking down your door, right? Where is it complementing, COMPLEMENTING, you and your personality and your mindset this lifetime? Oh, that was a lot to explain, but just even explaining all of that to you guys, I felt that energy explanation going all the way down the spine into the tailbone and now back to center. Okay, so in a sense, we're giving you an all-encompassing mindset. So notice how, as I explained that in a way that encompasses your more than just, oh, my sun sign. It's more than just, oh, one area of your life. We can feel that energy encompassing the entire body as well. Okay, so just understand that no matter who you are, if you have been able to manifest this video in front of you and you took the action steps to watch it and you're still watching, hi, what's your name? Who are you? What are you doing? Right? Happy New Year, right? So if that is you in this case, then these messages have something for you and you are entertaining for yourself a paradigm shift. Now, in my opinion, this is where you start having to ask yourself, well, where is it that you would like to shift to? And this is why we have this dreams come true here. So a lot of people are starting to envision a version of reality, a version of the earth that they would like to be a part of. So many people refer to this as new earth. If you are engaged in discourse, right? Systems of thought, discourse that uses terms like new earth, then chances are that you are hoping to kind of navigate towards that. If some of you are more religiously inclined, or maybe you use more language like that, and you're like, oh, well, we can make heaven on earth, right? So you want to make paradise here, and you may have visions of that, right? And for some of you, if you're looking out into your world right now, and all you're seeing and registering through your nervous system is hell on earth. Wow, the world is going to shambles. Look at all these people killing all those people. Look at these people at war. Look at that guy shooting this guy down in broad daylight. What is this world coming to? I just want you to know that what you're doing in that moment is up to you, right? In every now moment, you have a choice. And you've got these two cute little prongs. You can think of it like a plug. What are you plugging into? If you are the programmer, what you plug into is what you will allow energy to filter into. So if you are choosing moment after moment after moment after moment after moment to um, program yourself and envision yourself, and look at their little eye, envision yourself and reinforce the idea within yourself. That's the toxic part, to reinforce the idea within yourself that you live in a horrible world, that everybody's horrible, that we're all going to that this person's in charge and now we're all going to die and it's going to be World War III, and then and everyone's going to be sick and I don't have enough money to feed my, and nobody has enough. All I'm saying is you may say that you're a realist, but from an energetic standpoint, as your friendly energetic reader, I'm just going to let you know that all you're doing is programming your own reality, and you are creating conditions within your own body, your own mindset, your own field, which cannot distinguish your reality from fakeness or whatever. It doesn't know you're just watching a movie with Jack the Ripper. It thinks that you're going through those sensations you're feeling as you're watching that thriller, right? So you're just programming your own body to create or induce hormones and stress hormones and to break down in certain ways. So a lot of times, so basically you're programming yourself to embody a world that you are thinking you're just seeing outside of yourself. And that's actually what gets you sick. Okay. So as your friendly reader, I just let you know an example, no names, but sometimes when people come into the session, gently, of course, because everyone comes with, to receive hugs and they always get it, whether they like it or not, hugs. But, you may come in and when I feel your energy field, you may feel literally like you're a soldier at war in the middle of the battlefield. You may feel like you are a walking corpse or something, for example, right? But then when I look at you, it doesn't matter what your life is here in this physical world, whether you're doing well or not doing well, your energy field is vibing like that. And so then when we start to talk and you tell me your story about what's going on in life, it's pretty much matching this vibe that you've got in your field. And then we could see how things are manifesting in the world around you to mirror back to you your very own belief. And so when we're working with people like that, we're deprogramming them. The only place that can happen, which is in the mind. And your friendly local therapist can be very good with helping you to see the brighter side of things, to take on a new perspective of things. Oh, did your boss say that mean thing because they hate you and they want to fire you? Or did your boss say that because they've got something going on in their life and you've got something going on in your life? And both of you, because of what you've got going on in your life, you're misreading signals from each other and you're right. So long story short, Capricorn energy right now is giving us a proper, nice opportunity to structure, to really think and reflect upon the long term. Let's play for devil's advocate that we are the programmers of our own reality. And what we practice every day, every moment of our life in terms of choosing to see things in a more loving perspective. Well, maybe they meant this. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Make forgiveness just an option for myself, right? Whatever this is, What if you keep being consistent with that? What if you keep being consistent with the idea that you are powerful, that you are abundant, you are worth hanging out with, you are a lovely person, you're lovable, right? If you make that a practice for yourself, especially during this season, where Capricorn is literally the energy that allows us to build for the long term, what can you lovingly create for yourself? That's all I'm saying. We also have a new moon coming up on the 30th, which is in a few days. And as you guys may well know, new moon energies are perfect for setting intentions. Think of it like, oh, someone has just given you this beautiful garden. All of the soil is rich and everything. They're just like, what do you want to plant, yo? Where we at? If you're like, man, this world sucks, everyone's going to go to hell, I hate my life, this, that, the other, and oh, I can't believe this person said that. Oh, they're not going to be invited to my dinner table. Oh, that's all you spinning tails. Do you? But when it comes time to see what sprouts for you and what harvests around you, what comes into the material for you, if you're not savvy about it and you're still in blame mode, you're going to see that as your own confirmation bias and you're going to mistake it for reality. That's not reality. Reality is light. Okay. It's the meaning making that people do on earth because they're sovereign beings that are creator beings. It's the meaning making and the stuff that's going on inside of you that is then projected out into the world and made physical in this landscape. So at this time, during this season, you're being asked to really sit and contemplate. What is your belief system? What are you doing with that? How are you moving throughout the world? And most importantly, what would you like to have be the case instead? And once you have a vision that you've created for yourself, that you're like, I like this. Do the checks and balances. What am I doing every day that affirms that reality? What am I seeing out in my world every day that I can choose to use as confirmation of that reality? If you're out here looking at bank accounts when you're affirming that you actually have more than enough money, but then you look at your bank account and it says zero, and you're choosing to use that zero as a confirmation of what you've affirmed. In other words, if you're seeing your bank account and then letting it throw you into spirals and I hate my life and this and that, you're denying what it is that you said. And now you're just replacing what it is that you affirmed and said you were about and wanted to be with a new tape, and the universe is just going to reflect that back to you. So mastery during this season of Capricorn is calling for you to be mindful of what it is that you are envisioning for your new earth. Look at my hands. What it is that you're envisioning for this new earth of yours, because only you're going to zap into that vibration. There are many versions of new earth, right? There are many versions of old earth, whatever you want to call these. But which version are you going to? You're the only one zapping to that. And yes, you'll see other people that you just saw in the last version and stuff, but things will be different, right? So you're only ever programming for yourself here. And the call to mastery is to be more mindful of what vision you are allowing yourself to have at this time. Alrighty. So let me take a pause here. Let's check the higher frequencies that are coming in. They're saying, okay, yeah, I'm hearing in 3 months' time, you guys are definitely going to start seeing, excuse me, first of all, as I was getting this message, I was seeing this purple tinge here, seeing this, I meant to say hue and tinge here, and then we're seeing some purple here, we're seeing some purple there, look at all that purple here. So what they're saying, and the purple is kind of here too, they're saying that what you're doing now, what you're believing now is what you're going to see made manifest in 3 months' time. And we've been talking about this on the channel, especially on Instagram where I do the weekly posts. They've been talking about this idea of initiations and you laying the groundwork now. In about 3 months, you're going to be in that space, wherever it is that you're sending yourself right now. So how you're sending yourself is by your now beliefs. Now. And so that's why it's very important, as we said in the December 2024 reading, if you haven't checked out the monthly reading yet, your identity, your self-concept is what you should be working on. When you have a self-concept and an identity, that's an assumption, what you assume yourself to be and to have and to be capable of and to be how you assume yourself to be seen. This is largely unconscious. And so the more mindfulness, the more you take your mind and you focus on yourself, the more mindfulness and awareness that you bring into these unconscious spaces. And that's when you can put on your cute little gloves and get your hands a little dirty with identity creation, identity reformation, identity clearing, identity reclaiming, because a lot of us need to reclaim who we really are. For some of you, as I'm feeling here, you're going to shift. Okay, listen to this. This is pretty cool. They're saying that you're going to know if you made this shift, if around March, and maybe for some of you who shift a little later, around May, if you start noticing that your time and your resources are being cycled into I was going to say sorry, I heard something else. What I heard was third world party. So I don't know what that refers to at this time, but keep that written down somewhere and see if that's you guys. But I was going to say that cycles into your inner child network. So when we're engaging with our inner child, that's the joyful space of us, right? So when you're engaging with your inner child, you're knocking on the door of who you really are. So you want to check the health of your inner child. If your inner child is, if you're doing inner child fun stuff like, oh, I love cooking, I'm cooking. Oh my God, I feel like, wow, look at this. I look left and right, recipes are being sent to me. I just saw a jump rope in what do you think in the window while I was walking down the street and my heart leapt, right? This is you, these are manifestations in your physical life of things that give you a little jump start because your joy is jump like that, right? It's like your heart, right? That is an example of the work that you're doing now being made manifest in the positive way. If about 3 to 5 months from now, because remember, May for some of you who come in a little bit later, if you're seeing hell on earth and you're not experiencing evidence in your physical reality of your they're saying third world party. They said it again. I don't know what that is for it. So I'm just going to repeat the message here. But I was also going to say for your inner child, even if it's like, oh wow, that person's wearing a big red bow. That's cute. I would love to wear a big red bow. You don't have to go out and buy it, although you should because your inner child said you wanted it and it would bring you joy, right? But if you're not seeing those smatterings of things in your life, it's you definitely need to do some world rebuilding for yourself, energy work inside, looking at yourself, looking at your mindset, what brings you joy, your inner child. So your inner child is who you're feeding right now. Look, stop it. Transformation, stepping through. We're talking about portals. And use whatever you're doing now, guys, is what's helping you, like I said, to step through, to transform, to shift into, to move into, align with, to call into being, whatever your discursive thought is. It's you choosing. It's just a choice. You're either choosing by informed consent or you're choosing through manufactured consent. You're choosing to believe in love or you're choosing to believe in fear. But whatever it is, once it's all happening now, right? So mind your thoughts. It's in the non-physical. So mind your thoughts, your beliefs, all of that, because it's going to start to crystallize a lot by March and May. Right. And so that's when you look at your inner child, like, what is she going to be saying to you then? Will you even be seeing hallmarks of her? Some of you, for example, using the cooking thing, some of you may well find yourself being invited to a cooking class or being like, oh, I just signed up for it already. Like you're well ahead. Okay. And then some of you moving around at that time, you may wake up with a dream that you had with a little child and she was cooking or something. And that's also a sign that you're on the right path, right? Look for the hallmarks that you're on the right path. The right path is the path of love. Speaking of the right path. Okay. Look at this is the karmic card. It's in the reverse, right? And then look at the him literally laying a path, right? Look at him with the ego here, right? So these are, look at paths unknown, guys. Stop messing around out here, right? Some of us are messing around with these messages. They're coming right through. It's like they don't even need me, right? So my point is what you're doing right now is going to lay the groundwork. And it's interesting that the karmic path came out reversed here because it's giving a sense of number one, that a lot of you have already traversed your karma to a large degree. There are certain times in life where we are just compelled by karmic agreement to do certain things. We just have to experience it. And then, there are certain times where it's like, oh, you're more of a free agent. What are you going to do with it? Right. And so and also sometimes if you get your karmic lessons out the way, you create more time for you to just play and be more on autopilot. And so I do feel a sense of like, well, the work that you're putting in now, are you going to learn your lessons? Are you going to do your stuff? Are you taking up the mantle of caring for yourself? They said that. And as I said, caring for yourself, I saw her turn around, hug me, and then run down this middle path. Now, in a sense, of the three paths, 1, 2, 3, this is the one that's most well lit. And we do see a squirrel. So that's interesting because I saw a squirrel yesterday climbing on my fence out there, and I was like, okay, squirrel's coming through, but what's the message? I didn't get the message. And then I just got it here real time with you guys. There's a squirrel guiding this path. She just hugged me, and her clearly being my inner child, and ran down this path. And it's the most well lit. Phew. But listen to me right here. I'm thinking, okay, but I'm seeing this light over here coming from a fourth source. It's not this one. It's not that one. It's not that one. It's the light here. So the question I have now, because now as I'm seeing that, I'm also seeing this light here, and this is the ego card. This person looking at himself, right? But here it is. This guy's looking, he's like, see, he's not part of it, even though, anyway, so it's like, am I my ego or am I this light that's coming in, which is coming in not only here, but also through this card. So I would say to myself, because I'm like, oh, wait a minute, because you guys know me, I'm trying to be up in that light, because what are we doing, wasting time, right? But then I'm like, well, take the path that is most well lit for myself. Identify, this is the discernment. What is the highest path that I can take right now that I can identify? But keep the vision of the light. And when I set my coordinates, as I'm doing that, I'm feeling myself, you can't see me, I'm off camera, but turning my third eye. When I set my coordinates to, when I tune myself to, when I set the intention toward, when I program myself to call in, whatever your discourse is, when I make that my vision, that's what my coordinates are. I trust that as long as I keep choosing the path of most light that is in front of me at any given time through every moment of my day, I can trust that that well-lit path is going to lead me to my coordinates. So see how they're giving that message there for us? So before long, you'll start to realize, oh, the person that I think I'm seeing in the mirror is not actually me, because I don't waste time looking in a mirror. A mirror is not designed to tell me the value of who I am or the potential that I have. That's not the purpose of a mirror. The purpose of a mirror is to show me the spinach in my teeth. And the utility of the mirror is also to check my mindset. If I look in the mirror and I don't like what I see, then I need to realize I'm operating in a sense with some self-hatred programming. Because why would I hate that my wrists are so skinny, right? Maybe because 10 million people said that, or maybe because I have ideas of weakness being, synonymous with skinny wrists, right? Thank God it doesn't actually make that noise, but anyway, my wrist though. But anyway, my point is, I don't use the mirror as an excuse to hate on myself. So this is why he keeps in mind the reality is the light. So what is really important to take away during Capricorn season You're the programmer. You always have been. You always will be. You're a sovereign being. What you says goes. The universe responds to you. It doesn't respond to your father, your mother, your brother, your sister, your uncle, your religious leader, your community leader, your teacher, your institution, your degrees from school. It doesn't care about those people. It's just asking, what do you want? You're the sovereign one. As far as the universe is controlled, you're in control. As is concerned, you're in control because you are the one giving the orders. That's the first thing. The second thing, you are a projector. I'm not talking about your human design. I'm talking about you're projecting whatever your beliefs are, whatever you says goes. That's leaking right out into the world to manifest around you. Physical evidence of what is going on inside of you. As Neville Goddard says, you are, well, no, sorry, I was going to say something else. As Neville Goddard says, everything outside of you is just you pushed outward. And we understand that. When we work with energy, we understand that that is all it is. When you see your ailments in your body and all of that, right? That is a manifestation of something that is ailing within. And if you follow this channel, you know, we will always say the only thing that can ever be ailing or unhealthy is your mindset. That's it. It's either you're believing in what you really are, I am, or you are putting stuff, false beliefs in the way, I am not. That's it. And what you experience as illness and these cancers and these accidents and all these things are the physical manifestations of energetic blockages from light. They're misperceptions. And so when you're healing, true healing occurs at the level of perception. You are clearing out all the false programming to remind yourself of what truly is. I am. And that takes lifetime sometimes because of what? The programming. We're fighting against core programming on this planet. And so that's why shadow work is very important. But remember, at all given times, you are the sovereign being. And through your conscious or unconscious consent, you are buying into programmed beliefs, or you are seeking within to understand yourself. And then from that place of understanding, looking out on the world and using your discernment. Okay, so this is the call to get back into a place of empowerment. And so you can use the outside world to see, well, what's toxic out here? What's toxic in my media environment? What can I do to change? What can I do to change my reality? Well, look outside. You like it, you don't like it. You don't like it, you change your beliefs, right? And then you work on that. And then as you start to do that, you start to shift, you're bringing in more love, and you are allowing more light into your life. Light is truth, and it's going to dispel what is no longer true. So the more you set your sights on light, the more you're setting yourself, your sense, when you set your attention on the light, the more you set your attention on yourself, the more you set your intention on truth, the more you set your intention on love, the more of it's going to come in. And light dispels darkness. You're not going to have light coming in and let's mix it up like a marble cake. It doesn't work that way. Okay, it just it shows what is. And if you can allow yourself to release, which again, we're going to have the full moon on January 13th, set these intentions in the next few days. Keep doing it throughout the month, maintaining it, watering it. And then around the 13th of January, you're going to have a lot of cosmological support to release. So if anything is wanting to leave your life at that time or is out of alignment with you at that time, especially if you have been focusing on bringing in more light, then definitely just let it go. What does a focus on bringing in more light look like? It's a refusal to acknowledge physical evidence that is out of alignment with what you say to be true. If you say that I am capable, and you see people, places, things, situations, forms, ideas, forms, coming towards you that are trying to convince you that you are not capable, that give you evidence of your incapability, even if it's in the biggest neurological journal or just from your best friend who has had your ear for a long time, right? Wherever you're getting this, it's either in alignment with the idea that I know to be true, that I am awesome and that I'm capable, or it is out of alignment. And the level of resistance, the stress I feel as these two bodies of thought interact with each other, is showing me the level to which I keep trying to be in both worlds. You can't be in the world of I am and also be in the world of I am not. You have to let something go. It's the resistance to choosing a path that keeps you in stress, that keeps you getting sick. When you're in stress, you know what that does to the body because the body follows the mind, right? And so that's why working on your mindset. And I don't want you to think mindset, but Freud said, and this DSM said, and right? I don't want you to start think. Remember, mind is going to be described differently based on the discourse, whether it's yeah, I heard someone say financial discourse doesn't make sense to do that, right? Financial discourse talks about the mind differently. Religious discourse, and there are many religions and spiritual thoughts and stuff talk about the mind differently. Psychological discourse talks about the mind differently, right? So depending up, YouTube people talk about the mind differently. Depending on where you're going to get discursive treatment of all sorts of stuff. And that's why it's important to pull yourself in and let it all go. Get to know yourself. Look, super cute. Get to know yourself. And then from that space, look at talking to yourself and you're a team. From that space, because you understand that everything outside of you is just you pushed out. But you're breaking your own heart when you look at the toxic elements of yourself pushed outward. And then you keep thinking that, oh, I'm seeing this outside of me. This is my lot in life. No. You disconnect, you pull inward, you get right with yourself, you make a decision, and you envision what you would like to have be the case. This is the time to do it. We see portals open right now. We see these energies here for you. And by the way, you can always shift at any time. Look at that cute little planet there. Right? You can always shift anytime you like to. We have Capricorn season helping you to let go. Look at our animal spirit here, helping you to lay a foundation for yourself in a very Capricornian way and stay consistent. And consistency looks like not looking at what you see outside of you, not believing what you see in the mirror, all of this stuff, because it's just confusing you. Know who you are, put your sights on the light, and take the path that's always in front of you, that is the most well lit. Okay? Now, when we say take the path that's in front of you, that's the most well lit, that looks like after we're done watching this video, what's your next step going to be? You stop. You have options. What brings you the most joy? Great, go do that. Stop. You have options. What brings you the most joy then? Go do that, right? And sure, some people may say, oh, it brings me the most joy to sit and eat this tub of ice cream in the morning here. Of course, at first, that's going to, for example, bring you the most joy because, hello, it's ice cream, hello, right? But as you continue to keep going down the path of most light, follow your joy, follow your joy, follow your joy, you start to see that your joy naturally aligns with that which is also good for your body, because your body falls in line with the mind. Now, this doesn't mean that your body is now going to want to eat ice cream and it's all for breakfast every day and it's perfect. No, what you'll see instead is that you'll start being aligned, following your joy. You're going to start seeing that you're going to start manifesting in your life and being aligned to things that are healthier for you, and you're going to start being interested. You're going to have an appeal because you're naturally appealing to go towards things that are good for you. And then you start to notice that your life starts to become one of moderation, filled with joy and treats and loving stuff and stuff you thought you would miss before. You don't even feel like eating anymore. You don't feel like doing anymore. And then on top of that, if you do, and let's say it's more maximized, you can be like, oh, I knew I'd love this, but the way that you engage with it changes. It's natural. You follow what is natural. Right now, we're following things and things seem like they make sense. They feel like they're logical. They even feel good and this and that because there are things that we have in the mindset that are actually toxic for us. So sometimes we think we're doing this activity because, oh, well, this is just sits right with my soul. And then you walk in and you see us gently, me and my spirit team gently, and we're like, actually, we're seeing this massive energy here sitting right in front of the left side of your body that is saying, I hate myself. And you may manifest that in terms of what you're wanting to eat. And I will, for example, say, this may not be for some of you, but for example, oh, pizza. So tell me, are you craving pizza? Yes, I have been. I just bought 4 DiGiorno's, no sponsorships. 4 DiGiorno's, and it's hanging out in my, in my freezer right now. And also a friend of mine from middle school popped up. She came home for the holidays and she was like, "Hey, do you want to go to this pizza making class with me? Let's go check out this restaurant." And or it could be something as simple as like, "Oh, on the way home, I my car broke down and it was right next to this pizza place and I had to end up having pizza." Yeah, you may not at the conscious level see the connections, but we're seeing it in your energy field. Yes, there's a part of you that says, I hate myself. And I know that eating certain pizzas and certain combinations of dietary stuff is not good for my system. Could be good for other people, but not for my system. And so I'm going to crave to have that. I'm going to create the physical reality where, yes, I'm going to break down in my car and my car's going to break down. It's going to be right in front of the pizza place and the craving is going to be there. And I want to stuff my face with that pizza thing, especially with that goat cheese because it's not good for my body. And well, welcome in. It's goat cheese special tonight. 5 for 1. And you're like, oh my God, it happened at 111, the signs. And you come in here and we're your friendly local readers, and we're like, actually, no, we see this large structure here in front of the left side of your heart chakra, and it's got mother issues involved in it. And we also see some points at age 7 and 14 where you started lying to yourself and this and that, and you got it into your head, you weren't good enough. And then the story comes out. You're right. I have been having chronic asthma attacks and it's weird. I've been feeling like really limp on the left side of my body and I'm feeling stressed out and I've been wanting pizza and then I know I shouldn't like have it all so often, but I've been seeing deals left and right and it always comes at 3:33, 11:11, and maybe that's your own self hatred and toxicity on the inside of your energetic anatomy sitting in front right there that is so strong that it's manifesting for you around you and it's manifesting as a cool free pizza class that you want, a friend blowing into town and taking you out for pizza, you having a car issue and breaking down and now you're in front of a pizza joint and there's a massive sale on and you've got 4 DiGiorno's. This is not the universe saying go eat pizza. This is your energy field saying I hate myself and I want to eat and consume something that is toxic because that is my choice of drug for myself. And it just feels natural. It makes sense. I feel satiated. I fall asleep. Right. So you see the point. This is what we're trying to tell you guys. You are the one programming your field by what's going on inside of you. You cannot trust what is going on outside of you on face value because that's not the reality of it. And mastery, exercising mastery on this planet means understanding who you are. You are a sovereign being. You will project outward that which is inside of you. You have it within your choice to use your free will like a master, which is to not look at what's outside of you and make decisions, but to know who you are, what it is that is going to get you places, which is your joy in every single moment. And to trust that if you follow that path of joy in every single moment, you will naturally align. You will naturally gravitate towards, shift to, enter into, transform into that which is of your highest, your optimal reality. It doesn't require any more thinking than that, but it does require the willingness to follow the light. It requires the action steps towards your self-joy, and it requires you letting go of what doesn't serve you, period. Okay? Sometimes divine detours assist you in these paths. But again, because we don't have the proper perception yet, sometimes we will struggle to know, is this something that's good for me because it hurts, or is it something that's bad for me because it hurts? Which one is it? You set your sight on the light. Oh, look, literally, didn't we talk about laying solid foundation? This is Capricorn. You set your sights on the light. In every given moment, you stop, you pause, you mindfully choose what makes me feel the best in this moment. And think about it. Why does it make me feel the best to sit and do this? Why does it make me feel the best to do that? Is it the best? I don't know, but I have a sneaking suspicion it may or may not be. I don't know, but it's bringing me joy. And take a look at that joy. Is that joy leading to something that you can share with others? Does it expand you? Or is it a joy you partake in quietly behind the scenes. Oh, maybe it's actually more of an addiction. Oh, actually, right? What is it? This is you being called to be the master. Absolute responsibility, right? What is it? What is it? Absolute power requires absolute responsibility. You are powerful. The difference between someone who is sleeping and someone who's awake using those ideas is that one doesn't realize the choices they're making, and the other realizes a little bit more about the choices that they're making. They understand a little bit more because they're choosing to look. They understand a little bit more about what is inside of them that is leading them to manifest a world around them that is either loving towards them or hostile towards them, that is allowing them to be themselves or that is denying them left and right, right? That feeds their soul or that damages their spirit, right? This is discernment, but it runs deeper. Just because something feels good, it makes sense, it's logical, does not mean that's the case. It's going to seem that way based on the programming, sociocultural, past life programming, all that stuff, your own self-denial that has manifested around you based on a core set of beliefs that you probably likely have not yet touched. Okay, so anyway, you guys know, come see us. We will set you on the path because that's what we do. We see these things, right? And when it comes time to release, as you're following your path naturally, when it comes and having faith that the path you're on, we're going to be there. When it comes time to release, you ask your higher self, you set the intention that, you know, I'm just going to let go of what is out of alignment with my highest path. And if it was really for me, I forgive myself for letting it go. And I don't worry because it'll come right back in at a time when I'm better able to appreciate it, to see it, all that stuff. Gratitude is another one coming through here, right? When you lace everything you do with gratitude, gratitude is that is the panacea. That is the thing that heals everything. Gratitude, because it brings you into perspective of the here, the now moment. It stops you from running away from the undesirable realities of what's facing you. It's literally saying, hey, I see this. It sucks, but I'm so thankful for what I have. That is master alchemy wrapped in a small package, right? So, Kate, I hope I've done some type of justice to bring through to you guys how you're the one in control at all times. It's you. Either through your manufactured consent or your informed consent, you are constantly creating the world around you, making it around you, creating it around you. And if you're not careful and you don't have the proper discernment, you will just convince yourself using the pure confirmation bias of the stuff you projected outward that now you're looking back at, you will convince yourself further and further into an idea that you're nobody, that you suck, that you're a loser. But when you choose to get rid of that serpent's voice, if you want to look at it that way, and you say, regardless of what I'm seeing around here, I know the truth I am, and you keep taking steps towards that, you will find yourself on, it's like being under all these clouds and then finally shooting up at Mach 40 and realizing, oh my God, as you look back, those were just clouds. What was I thinking? Exactly. But you have to stay the course. You have to stay the path. A Course in Miracles. Excuse me. If I may give a book recommendation, A Course in Miracles. But always remember, you don't need any books. You don't need any intermediaries. You don't need anybody outside of you, including your favorite Janelle Bean, hi, to have your optimal reality. But you do have people, places, things, situations, ideas, hi, that manifest from that part of you that wants to have your heaven, that wants to remember yourself. You have to get the discernment in so you can find those manifestations within your reality. And that's my purpose, to help people surrender to spirit. Guys, you're messing around out here. Surrender. Stop it. Guys, okay. First of all, A Course in Miracles. Stop messing around. Miracles are just changes in perception. Here's the earth. Surrender your beauty to the beauty of the natural world. The physicality will be beautiful around you if you what? Surrender to yourself. This is all, and what a beautiful season to do it in. Here in Capricorn season. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this transmission here now. Long story short, welcome. If you're watching this video, I can assure you, you have selected your optimal path. You are on your optimal path because we couldn't be connecting in this way because this is my intention to help others in this way. And if your intention is to help yourself so that you can be of assistance to others, we're going to meet up on this path. So my suggestion to you is you stay the path. You surround yourself with things that reflect back to you your goodness. And if something outside of you does not reflect your goodness, you just ignore it. You just keep going. And eventually that consistency will lead you out into open energies. And we've been saying on this channel, keep an eye out for March, and for the stragglers among us, May, to really start seeing those energies erect themselves into your physical reality. But I can assure you they are here now already. It's very, very physically here now already, but you are still like a tuner on a radio, tuning yourself into that frequency so that what it can be physical for you. It's already here, but you are still en route. All right. So let's just call it in. If you'd like to work personally with me and check your own progress and just what anything in your life is what we do. We're your favorite family pit stop. Family pit stop. Okay, interesting. That's interesting how that came out. So come see us, but either way, keep doing your best, and we love you, and okay, bye.